Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. What I tell you is Fist Pump Friday. What it do, good people? This your boy Dre Montez. And as I told you, I had another show I was going to do today. We just had to figure out the time. I didn't know if it was going to be at 1 o'clock as opposed to 1:30 or 2 o'clock. But we are definitely here in the building on this Fist Pump edition Friday of the show. And I'm having no excuses with my man here, Ben Robinson. What's going on, Mr. Ben? How we doing, my man?
What's going on, brother, man? I appreciate you having me, man.
No
Always an
problem.
opportunity to, join with the people.
Hey, from Willie to me and you, man, we got to do this together. We got to get
Yeah,
the word out there to the right people.
yeah, for
Before I
sure.
get underway with the topics of discussions on this Fist Pump Friday midday afternoon, high fives in the building, chest bump, hug it out. All my
Facts.
vets out there, and all my people that serve, keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. If it's your first time tuning in, please visit the website www.dremontez.com. You can check out our latest episode of our podcast, Who's to Blame? Episode 520 is up, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. And the episode we discussed the NFL draft, as we all know, that was yesterday. So you can check that out again, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. Also, you can check us out on Facebook. We have a page. Hello, Facebook. On Twitter at W2B Dre Montez, and YouTube, Dre Montez as well. So there you go, good people. So we can get our daily affirmations out the way. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you, and laugh. I think those are pretty good principles to live by right there. I don't care
Oh
about
yeah,
you.
most definitely.
I can start my day now. Again, Ben Robinson from Dutchtown and Roseville High School. Some the Bulldog in the building.
It's all good. Rough Riders.
But I see everybody is a lot of people get involved in their community. They post videos, they get on TV or whatever. They get out, they get the word on the street. As a person that's from St. Louis, I live in South City, Tower Grove. I guess this is East I live in, Tower Grove East. And Dutchtown is not too far. And they
Not
have
at all.
some great improvements going on in both neighborhoods. As a person that's from Dutchtown and represent that community and neighborhood right now, can you let the folks know that think they know what Dutchtown at, but you tell them what Dutchtown is at, and tell them a little bit more about what's going on in Dutchtown.
So yeah, definitely. Dutchtown has a lot going on, man. We got so many things going on from community development. We got pocket parks going on. We got all kinds of events. People trying to reach out to bring extra events to the park. But yeah, Dutchtown is essentially located in between Cherokee and I want to say we go down to Bates and from Spring on over down to Broadway. That's the greater Dutchtown area. And right now, where I mainly focus a lot of my attention at is at the Marquette Park Rec Center and the park. Right now we have finalized Allies of Marquette Park, which is a committee up on the Dutchtown Main Streets, which is I'm also a board member of. So yeah, definitely. And right now, again, like I say, right now I have movie nights coming up, kickball tournaments, pool opening, like so just so much going on. We got a block party coming up. We got our summer vibes coming up. We just got a lot going on, and like I said, we got other people reaching out to come into the community, such as people wanting to do acupuncture classes and wanting to bring back that old vibe of having those community events that we always used to see a long time ago, especially when I was a teenager. But yeah, man, Dutchtown is filled with a lot right now.
I feel you on when the communities used to get together as a product of the 70s. I remember I lived on Kensington and Kings Highway. We used to have block
Mhm.
union parties all the time. And they would block the street off. We had the parking lot of Mama Jamma back in the day. It would do
Mhm.
things over there. We even had a community day on Six Flags, but it was always something going on to
Yeah,
promote the community and more positivity and awareness than ever before. And there are a lot of neighborhoods trying to get back on that path.
definitely.
And it seems to be working out in a very, very good way. I've seen a lot of the new and up and coming businesses in Dutchtown as well. And I like what you said about the special events you got working on. That movie night in that block party? Do you know the exact dates? Are those the next two events coming on, or is it the swimming pool
So,
first?
so actually, all three of those are happening on the same day, May 27th. So, around 11, 12 o'clock, it should be the pool opening, and we're having a party there. That's one of the biggest days for the rec center as far as registration and the pool opening up and getting the community to know what's going on in the area. And then simultaneously with that, like 2 hours later, Love is the brand is doing a block party down on the corner of Caruso's at Osceola and Compton. And
There
then
you
later
go.
on that night, during sunset, is when we are doing movie night on the hill at the field house at Market Park.
Look at that, man. That's what I'm talking about. Getting the information out there. Is there a website on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, or Instagram that someone can go to find out more information to get involved as a vendor or volunteer?
Yeah, definitely. If you want to get involved as a vendor, you can go to Dutchtown Main Streets, DutchtownSTL.org, or you can reach out to us on Facebook at DutchtownSTL.org too. So, and you can reach out to me personally if you want to be a vendor or if you want to come in and be a volunteer. Any one of those, just reach out to me. We definitely looking to bring more people into the community.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
all
Appreciate
you,
it.
I like the way you get involved with the community, the way you post it, the way you try to keep it on a positive enlightenment. As we know, getting help and awareness in neighborhoods is not as easy as everyone thinks it is if you quote unquote have boots on the ground. So hats off to you for
Appreciate it.
staying true to the game and never letting anybody just say no. You keep it going. I like that progression about you, my man, for sure.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, we've been doing it for a while now, so now it's coming into the light. You know, what I'm saying more and more now. So we just been working hard on Dutchtown and the park. So yeah,
I
it's
kind of
benefiting.
when I meet people like you that do what you do, I kind of get a kick out of it, and I really do appreciate when it really comes to the point of this TV getting on my nerves. I got the 70-inch on in front of me, so I had to cut it off. I'm like, that's too big. So I'm looking at yourself, Dre. But people that get involved in these community projects and community involvement, outreach programs, and just awareness of what's going on in neighborhoods, I love the way it is being done. I like the way the city has been standing up, whether it's you getting a little free publicity from the news stations, or you getting out here on social media, or just what they like to say, word of mouth that has been getting out about these different programs that are going on, from cleaning up vacant lots, taking care of
Yeah.
vacant buildings, bringing awareness to the free lunch programs, and
Mhm.
also with this pool situation. Is there free swimming classes available?
I don't believe they have anything established at the moment, but I know last year or year before last they did have a swimming class going on.
Okay, all right,
So
all
yeah,
right, all right, all
more to
right.
come. I can definitely reach out and figure out about everything with the rec center and see what they gonna have for the community.
I know as a lot of us, we know a lot of us don't swim, but we need to learn how to swim. Hint, hint. We need to learn how to swim. So
Most definitely.
some free swimming classes out there. If you have them, I know about them. Please pass along to everyone. I will do what I can on my social media platform to pass them right along for sure. All right, Mr. Ben, you have an interesting background, young man, for
Yeah.
sure. That would show positive enlightenment from the very first time I met you. And then we politicked the second time, and you told me your background. I was amazed when you told me about your penal code situation. Can you talk about that a little bit?
So yeah, definitely. Me sentenced to 10 years in the federal Bureau of Institutions. So at a very young age for doing some very naive things, running the streets, selling drugs and doing things of that nature, things that I shouldn't have been doing. But product of the environment and things, habits that I picked up, and yeah, was sentenced to 10 years in the federal system. End up doing 8 on that. Learned a lot, put a lot on my brain. I suffered a lot as well, but you know overall, I looked at it as a gift and a curse because the gift came out when I started doing self work and self study. And once I started learning a lot and building on business and just building myself up, I was just waiting on my time to come home. That was it.
So, in that preparation, while you're in the joint and knowing you got to do 10, when did the preparation start with a plan to be ready when you get out? When does that process start?
So for me, it started, I want to say about 2.5 years later. I was in the library one day and I was researching some classes that I wanted to do, some certifications and stuff that I was trying to try to apply for it at some community colleges that was in in the area. And one of my friends came by and he was like, "Hey man, what you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing, man. I'm about to get some more certifications on my belt while I'm here." And he was like, "Nah, come with me." And I went with him and he started showing me entrepreneurship and business and credit rebuilding and things of that nature. And the light came on. I was like, yeah, this is definitely what I want to do. So I started studying business, started studying it every day, ins and outs. I was in the education department every day. I worked there, so I was always there. So all the knowledge and resources was right there. And then, I just took it off from there. And then I just kept digging down into it and kept building upon what people was teaching me and what I was learning at the same time.
Wow, you were putting a plan together to get ready for that quote unquote no excuses, no matter what. You were going to
Facts,
get something to find something to do to put that knowledge to work.
facts. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, and that was key. Like, definitely once I started gravitating towards learning Spanish and getting bilingual, so that really catapulted the situation because it just put me on a whole different level. Yeah,
That,
definitely.
yeah, that definitely helps. I tell people a lot, it does not hurt you to have a Swiss Army knife, so to speak,
For sure.
complex when it comes to having the know how of things. For a long time, people just learn and taught to do one thing, do that well.
Right.
But then at some point, like around the late 80s, early 90s, things start to change a little bit. And people were saying, hey, you need to have a backup plan. You need to learn how to do something else out here that's going to help you in life to guide you in case something happens along that road to progression.
Yeah.
But coming out the penal code, I'm quite sure when you got out, even having those preparations, there were setbacks. I'm quite sure, right?
Definitely. Oh yeah. It was definitely setbacks. Like I said earlier when we were talking, like I applied for jobs. Like I got a background in computer networking from ITT Tech, so like I got an associate's degree through them, and that was one of my main focuses. Like, all right, let me try to get my IT background up on a professional note, and it was situations to where I just didn't get hired. So it was like, okay, I just kept it moving forward, and end up like a week and a half, 2 weeks later, I think I was only out like 30 days, landed a good job at the tile shop, and that was all due to me presenting myself to Bud, who was the manager, who I still think is the manager out there, and he was like, "Hey, I need you on my team."
Wow.
Yeah,
That's getting prepared. It's taking action and that's taking control. That's what I'm talking about right there, Ben. That is what I'm
yeah.
talking about for sure. So since you have that penal code background and you have a involvement in the neighborhood, you change everything around. Do you have anything that helps people in that situation, getting out of prison, trying to stay or get on a path to doing and taking control of their future?
So yeah, definitely we work with Cure Violence and Unemployment Connections and other organizations that always have opportunities to come up for felons, man. Like that's definitely what I'm willing and more able of wanting to do for people because like I know how it is coming out. Like so if you need that understanding or somebody in your corner or an organization or some type of program that just lift you up, man. It don't even have to necessarily be for a job. It can be for family purposes or something like that. Always reach out to me, man. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. You can find me through Dutchtown. You can Google my name. You can find me on Facebook, man. If your
That
people
is.
need some help, if you know somebody that's coming home, I'm gonna definitely shoot you resources or any resources that I have for sure.
That's why I titled this No Excuses. That's how we were politicking the very first time. We take away the
Yeah,
bullshit.
right.
That
Yeah,
way
for
you ain't
sure.
got nothing else, you ain't got nothing else to say. I got your job, place to live, and some clothes and a haircut. What else you need?
Hmm.
There you go.
Yep,
Now there no
that's
excuses now.
it. Exactly.
You
We
done
got a
told you how to do
foundation up.
this. Yeah, get a hold of Ben. He gonna hook you up with the right situation to keep you where you need to be and head you in the direction you want to go. There's a
Oh yeah,
lot of
definitely.
people out here, man, that they think they got it, but they don't.
Yeah,
You
and that
know,
can hurt you sometimes.
yes, pride, especially with men and African American men, especially. We just, I got this. I'm gonna do this on my own. My mama, my daddy, my grandma, they didn't raise no pussies. We ain't not trying to say that.
Not at all.
Oh, no. Here you go. I
I
don't
ain't do
want
it
you
on
to
my
swim
own.
all. Yeah, I don't want you to swim all the way across Mississippi River. Give me a ride,
Yeah, I ain't do
but
it
I
on my
still
own.
got to
Trust and
cross
believe that. Yeah, it was major help. I got a network, a good supportive background, you know what I'm saying? Good network of people who, when they saw a person implementing some things that needed to be implemented, they gravitated towards it and they was open arms, you know. So yeah, definitely. You know,
When
I did
people
not do it
see,
alone.
yeah, when people see you doing the right thing, they sit back and they take a glance and they observe very wisely because they want to get involved, but they want to make sure it's the right type of involvement for them.
Right,
So there's a lot of people that are silent and getting their hands on right away. But then there's those times we really got to trust in our networking skills.
for sure. And that's one thing that I held firm on. I was networking, and once, like me, actually, you know, me being so verbal and outspoken, that is kind of is a is different because I was the shy person a long
Right,
time
right.
ago. I was the shy person. So
I think
once
I was shy for 3 years of my life.
once I had got used to just meeting new people and introducing myself, like this organization that I helped grow, one club that I helped grow, Toastmasters International. You know what I'm saying? They helped me with speaking and getting comfortable with speaking in front of people, and then that like started the big networking part of me of my life because I was just meeting all kind of people, even though I was locked up. I was meeting everybody, judges, you know what I'm saying, lawyers, 501c, 50, Fortune 500 company CEOs, all kinds of stuff. So it was like it was my playing field at that point. So now I'm just warming myself up for when it's time to execute. I'm ready to execute.
And the fact the way you grasp that opportunity and know how to go about to get that exposure and opportunity the right way. Because sometimes we mess up something by going too far, too fast sometimes.
Mhm.
But if we have that elevator pitch in our head, I
Yeah,
think things work out a whole lot better for us when we
yeah,
really pay attention to the details in life that are coming us when we're coming out of a situation, a difficult situation, and
yeah,
things
for
are
sure.
coming up in a negative way and in a positive way. But some negative things that come your way, you can use that as positive enforcement. And then all the positive things coming at you, not all of it is real positive.
Yeah, you
You
got
know,
to
you
grab
got
what you need.
yeah, you gotta get out of something that's coming at you that you think that's going to benefit you.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
sometimes that trickery comes with age and progression in life and maturation, as I like to call it. But once you've been, pushed to the side a little bit, you kind of look at things, the angle you got pushed at, and then you look at it from the angle you want to look at it at.
Yeah, you gotta, I got pushed into a situation that was very unwanted, but hey, it was due to the situation. So I had to grab it at an angle to where I didn't let it hinder me. It hurted me, my family, and my friends, and it hindered me for years. But I just gravitated to a foundation that allowed me to put some things within me and instill some things within me. So, like I said, when it was time to execute, I started executing, and
That's
that's
kind
all
of
it had came down to.
that's kind of how I feel with the leaving sports talk radio and going right into podcasting because I
Hmm.
come from the era of talk radio where it was they wanted an argument, they wanted engagement.
Hmm.
Scripted, they wanted the phones to ring because I was starting radio and they used to call the radio station. People wanted to call, they wanted to be a part of the argument, the conversation. And when I saw that shift and that change coming, they were trying to take it to the white guy and the black guy yelling at each other. I was like, oh no, no, no. Time to
Calm
go.
down. Yep.
Time to go. Time
Hmm.
to go.
Yep.
But when you can spot that, I think that's a credit to the person that's involved and they see the change in their life. That means you've changed as a person. When you can see that BS coming like that,
Hmm.
it may have been something you probably would have been gravitated to 5 years earlier, but now you see how things are going, and now you know for a fact how you want your future, your project to go.
Yeah, definitely. Don't get it twisted. It wasn't all fish and grits. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
ain't this perfect person. So I still please understand. Like it was time to where I fell low, but I
Yeah.
kept rising above it. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely not perfect at all, man. And situations were not perfect at all. That's just not right. It's just not going to plan itself like that. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not going to be perfect for you because if that was the case, then I probably wouldn't even be in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? Honestly,
I think
for real.
things happen for the reason for you,
Yeah,
not your
yeah,
family, not your friends, for you.
yeah.
And I think when that really hits home, you're like, okay, I'm going to work with what I have here.
Yep.
Work, and we all use that phrase at some point in our life. I'm going to work with what I got here.
Yeah, definitely can relate to that because when I came, I was in North County at first, you know what I'm saying, for a few years before I really hit the ground running. And what really catapulted me, one of my good friends, my business partner, um, Marcus Haskins, he came up with the idea of the back to school event, and that was a magnet. I
Isn't that like one of
do
the largest back to school events you have?
Yes, that's the largest event we have in Dutchtown right now, hands down right now for the last 6 years for sure. Definitely, man. We give away over 300 backpacks every year. Feed the community. We have community organizers, vendors coming out, entertainment. The pool is still open. The rec center is accessible. So yeah, we do a lot within that bounce houses activities. So yeah, huge event, man.
That's awesome, man. You got something for the kids, you got something for the family, you got something for everybody, as well as the community involvement in Dutchtown. So that's
Yeah.
DutchtownSTL.org,
Yep, DutchtownSTL.org or DutchtownSTL on social media.
or you can get a hold of Ben Robinson for sure. Get a
Or
hold
you
of
can reach
him.
out to Ben Robinson for
There
sure.
you go. There's a lot of people out here with a lot of time on their hand, a lot of skill set people out here that are looking to get involved. Here's
Hmm.
your opportunity. Here's your
Yeah, most
chance.
definitely.
There it is for
Definitely.
sure. It is out here for everyone. All right, I have a couple more things here for you. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay. You introduced me to one of your partners and the young lady that has her coffee and your young man that just came home.
Mhm.
So on the young man that just in the process of coming home and you're going to help them and all this, how how long is the process when you get out? Is they immediately real strict on you, or you got a little bit of a leeway?
Case by case situation. It just all
Okay,
depending on how your foundations are set when you coming to getting released. So like you may come home and you may have to go sit in the halfway house for a few months. Or you may come home and they might just put you on house arrest. You just gotta understand your situation and
okay,
then that way you can know how to attack it. So for my situation, I was in a halfway house for 3 months, but I had my privileges, they call it. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to leave out, do my daily thing, go out, look for a job, things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, some people don't have that. Like they be real strict on them, so they may have to go down to the probation office or go to one of these organizations and apply for jobs or be supervised. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. But like I said, it's different with case by case situation. It's just all on how a person lay their foundation out and
mm.
what level they class you at when you come home.
I have to ask this question because I watch too much TV and a lot of movies, and I know a lot of people. But do they really want you to get rehabilitated and get a job?
So yes and no. I'm gonna
Okay,
say yes because they will have certain programs or like education department, and they'll have certain people that may come into the institution that's supposed to be trying to help rehabilitate you, but then that goes back to self. So like if
hmm,
you're not willing to get up and then go to the education department and go to the resource center and gain resources. Like I used to work in the resource center as well. So like I used to help people prepare their resumes and get their professional portfolio together before they came home. So when they came home, they didn't have to worry about a resume or a cover letter or anything like
look
that.
there. You were
So
you
yeah,
were
it was like
you were
good.
Andy Farmer. You were Andy from
Yeah,
Shawshank
yeah.
Redemption. You were helping people out.
Helping people out, yeah, definitely. So yeah, like it's just having them things in order, man. Like it's highly important.
That's the beauty of it, man. You know, if I see someone going through something and we had that conversation and I have in my resource bank someone I can lead them to help them, I do that.
Most definitely.
100%. I think I've done that more in the past. Well, since I lost my vision, which is going on, what, 5 years? Since I lost my vision, I think I'm not going to say if I helped them or not, but I led them to the people I think that could help them. Now, whether
Hmm.
anything happened, that's on them.
Okay, Right.
That's on them. You know, I can tell you who hiring. I can tell you when to go in there and who to talk to. The rest is up to you. The rest is up to you.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's kind of, that's definitely what I do. Like, I'm gonna definitely network and lead you to the right situation. One thing I won't do though is I won't reach out to you and be like, man, I see you need this help. I'm not gonna do that. Like, you gotta want to help yourself, and if you're gonna help yourself 100%, then I'm gonna support you 100%. So if they turn you down right now, be like, hey, go check them out. They turn you down, be like, hey, go check them out. Most definitely, definitely gonna do that.
My
Thelma
father used to
Rivers
tell me
running
this
around
as a
here.
kid. He used to tell me this as a kid. Nobody's gonna knock on that door and say, hey, come work for me. Nobody's gonna knock on that door and say, hey, come play ball for me. You got to go out there.
And if that.
Yeah, you got to go out there. You got to get out there. It's okay to be told no.
For sure.
It's okay. It's all that is okay. You just got to stay in that positive lane. A lot of people, denial is hard for them to get over. It is really hard for them to get over. Yeah. I think the older you get, you think more about failures than you do about getting over those failures.
Yeah.
The older you get. But somehow we got to flip that mindset some kind of way. You know, it's a part of life. You're going to fail. You're going to be told no. Now what?
Right.
It's on that no excuses level.
Yeah, definitely on that no excuses level, man. I just told somebody the other day, no excuses, man, because the way it's set up and the way it's laid out is no excuse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, failure gonna come. I'm failing every day, but guess what I do? I get back up and I keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
I keep going every day. I try to do 15 cold calls a day. I've been told no so much this week, Ben, I can't stop laughing.
Yeah. But you gotta take the nose, man. Take the nose.
But I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta keep going forward. Or following up.
I think only 2 of my advertisers told me yes the very first time. The rest I had to work at it.
Yeah. Gotta build that relationship. That's one thing about it. Like,
they want to see who you are. Are you the person you say you are?
Right. Yeah. Yep. And build that relationship, man. Definitely. I don't go into a situation like even when me and you met and when we built on it, it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna build with this brother right here. This is something I can definitely do. You know what I'm saying? So building on the relationship is key for me.
Already, my man. Already. Man, I want to thank you again for coming on to the show today on this Fist Pump Friday, a special edition today. Chopping it up with my dude Ben here of Dutchtown.
Yeah.
Oh, anytime, man. Anytime. We were supposed to have done this last week, but I ended up going to the Cardinals Day baseball game with a client. So, I told him, I said, my bad. Yeah, it's my bad. So behind the scenes, appreciate it, adjusting your schedule and everything, man, again. And have a great weekend, my man.
You too, more likely.
For sure. For sure, my man. All right, peace. All right, for sure. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to today's show. That was a lot of fun for sure right there. That was a lot of fun right there. That definitely was a lot of fun. Wow. Thanks again to my man Ben right there. That was awesome. I can't say enough about it for sure. That was pretty damn cool. Thanks everybody that was tuning in and discussed it. Like and share it. Again, that is DutchtownSTL.org. Check them out today. See if you can get involved as a volunteer, possibly a vendor. Maybe you have a service or something you would like to bring to the table. I'm quite sure they would appreciate it. But thanks again for tuning in and enjoy your weekend, good people. Fist Pump Friday. Woohoo! Fist Pump Friday, we're out. Dun, dun. Fist Pump Friday, we